Welcome back. You're watching State of the Nation. Information still coming through on all our social media platforms. Channelstv.com, youtube.com/channelsweb. Tweet at Gimba003 and be part of the show. Many issues confronting us as a people, from elections to wages to agitations by youths of the IPOB and Biafra, making a strong statement depending on how you see it though. While the North plans to come up with ways of empowering its people in a grand economic plan, my guest on State of the Nation bears his mind on some of the vexing issues as they present themselves today. Take a listen. Senator Adamu Alero, I want to thank you so much indeed for joining us on State of the Nation. As you know, Senator, Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari has given the military chiefs a deadline to rout Bokoharam in Nigeria's northeast. This month has come. What do you suppose will happen?
The military had done its very best to tame the menace of Boko Haram. If you recall, when the president took over, Boko Haram was in control of over 15 local governments of Borno State. They were also in control of 4 or 5 local governments in Adamawa State. Substantial part of Borno State were under the control of Boko Haram. But immediately after the inauguration of President Muhammadu Buhari, he made it very clear that he will do whatever he can to ensure that the menace of Boko Haram is stamped out of Nigeria. And to a large extent, we have succeeded in taming them. All the local governments that were under the control of Boko Haram were actually taken over by our military. They are no longer in control of those local government areas. They have completely been decapitated, and they don't have the capacity to attack anymore. They are now limited to what you can call guerrilla warfare. They plant bombs here and there, attacking innocent targets, to the extent of even going to IDPs. That is the most heinous crime that can be committed by any human being. People that have been displaced, you go and start attacking them. That is very, very inconsiderate of them. So I believe the deadline given by Mr. President will be met by the military. It will not be possible to completely wipe out the menace of Boko Haram. Insurgency has never been won over completely in any part of the world. If you look at IRA, with all the sophistication of the British military and police authorities, it took them well over 30 years to overcome that problem in Northern Ireland. Look at the Tamil Tigers. For the last 40 years, they have been inflicting heavy atrocities to the people of Sri Lanka. Look at what is happening even in Iraq. Look at what is happening in Afghanistan. So we should not be under any illusion that the Boko Haram will completely be wiped out in Nigeria. We will still have operations of Boko Haram in form of guerrilla tactics, but not in an organized military way like they used to do it before. Our own military have succeeded to a large extent in bringing them to their knees. They are no longer in a position to attack innocent people using machine guns, using AK-47 rifles and what have you. They are now limited to planting bombs here and there, and worst of all in worship places like mosque, churches and what have you, and marketplaces. This may continue till maybe we develop another intelligence of knowing how to nip the whole problem in the bud.
What if after this deadline that we're looking at within this month, the attacks still continue? What then?
Right now, you don't hear of local government areas under the control of Bokoharam. Right now, you don't hear of a particular territory being taken over by Bokoharam. Right now, you don't hear of movement of Boko Haram insurgents in large convoy of vehicles moving from one place to another, from one town to another, from one village to another. That has been stopped due to the military might of our military men. But you still have improvised bombs being planted here and there. That one is difficult really to overcome it.
We have a situation in Bem, in Borno State, where some girls were kidnapped and some scores of people killed. Would you say that the efforts are being adequately won, as being claimed by the Nigerian government?
Well, we are very concerned, and it touched virtually every reasonable Nigerian who knows what it is to be under the control of Boko Haram. It is worrisome. It is really very, very disturbing. But I believe our military is doing their very best to ensure that they wipe out Boko Haram.
Do you support an increase in the salaries of top government officials?
The issue of salaries of public officers is not the responsibility of the National Assembly. It is a constitutional responsibility bestowed on the revenue mobilization, allocation, and fiscal permission. It is the agency charged with the responsibility of determining salaries of public officers. And once they decide on that, they present it to the National Assembly for approval, and usually for ratification.
Let's take a look at the situations with the state governors now. They have claimed that they are unable to pay the 18,000 naira minimum wage. What do you suppose the governors should be doing at this time to try to shore up revenues and pay up salaries for workers?
Well, to start with, I don't believe what the governor said, that they cannot pay the minimum wage. I know what they get is almost twice than what we were getting when we were governors. And when we were governors, none of us, 36 of us, has refused to pay the minimum wage. We pay salaries to our workers as and when due. And I don't see why they should not pay now. Some of them rushed to the president to get bailout. And I don't believe that we should continue with the bailout, because there is a minimum through which you can be accumulating debts for your successors. You borrow today, tomorrow you rush again and go and borrow. You are just piling up debts for succeeding government that will come. It is wrong to do that. They are not getting this money free. It's given to them as debts, and they are paying it after about maybe 20 or 25 years based on what we had. There is no justification for a governor to borrow money beyond his tenure. In fact, when we were governors, the then president, Olusegun Obasanjo, made it very clear that no governor should borrow money that he cannot pay beyond his tenure. And most of us kept faith with that. And we didn't borrow money beyond our tenure, except development loans that will take 20 to 15 years to pay. Development loans from ADB, from World Bank, or from international organizations. But nowadays, you find governor borrowing up to about 50 billion, 70 billion, 100 billion. It will go even beyond city governor's tenure, which means they'll be piling debts for their successors. And this is not good at all.
What are your thoughts concerning integration of the state's strongest points, especially in the Northeast, to create a roadmap of sorts and a major plan to try to create more jobs for the people of the North? And in what areas do you see this coming?
Yeah, the northern governors should concentrate on agriculture. It has the highest capacity of employing the unemployed number of people. And they should do whatever is humanly possible to boost agricultural production in the whole of 19 northern states. In fact, it is not only northern Nigeria. I could say the entire nation, because agriculture employs close to about 75% of the population of Nigerians. And this sector has been neglected seriously. We should give it due attention. Not only that, we should make it a priority for every governor to provide agricultural implements. We should also make it a priority for every governor to provide improved seeds and seedlings. We should make it a priority for every governor to provide tractors and other agric machineries that can be used for large-scale agriculture. Subsistence agriculture can no longer feed the nation. We should embark on commercial agriculture, whereby individuals can be funded either through the banks or through the support of government to get large parcel of land, 50 hectares, 100 hectares, 1,000 hectares, 3,000 hectares, and engage large number of youth and involve them in agriculture. This, if we do that, number one, we will have the potential of feeding ourselves. We will grow enough food to even export and earn foreign exchange. We keep our people employed. And another area where the governors should also concentrate on is the area of solid minerals. It is being said that Nigeria is richer than South Africa when it comes to the issue of solid minerals. We have more solid minerals in Nigeria than in South Africa. But unfortunately, we are not exploiting the solid minerals. And South Africa is getting close to about $30 billion every year in exploitation of solid minerals. If we are 3 times richer than South Africa in solid minerals, it means if we start exploiting these solid minerals to the fullest, we will be getting about almost $100 billion, getting additional income for the needed, development in this country.
What do you make of the EFCC and its style of arrests so far?
Yeah, they are doing their constitutional responsibility as empowered by the Act of National Assembly. Those that are found follow the law, they have been investigated, and they are normally arraigned before the court of law after their investigation. I don't see anything wrong in that.
Senator Adamu Alero, I want to thank you so much indeed for talking to us on State of the Nation. We do appreciate your time and your thoughts.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure talking to you also.
Interesting time with the Senator. I know concerns are many, but we must take it one step at a time. So says the former governor of Cross River State, Mr. Donald Duke, whom I met on my way back to Lagos from Abuja. He said to me, Gimba, you know what? You just never know what this administration will do considering the depth of inherited garbage. But it's too early to judge them now. Let's give them a year. Had to write this down just so I get his precise words. And that's as sincere as it can get. I'm Gimba Umar, and this is State of the Nation. Join us again.